nobody's here yet, but that's okay. Hi guys. Wait, why isn't it working? Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. Okay. Why isn't it working? I see. Okay. Hi Anna. Hi Jennifer. Oh wait, hold on. Did I do that right? Hi guys. Hello, I look fantastic. You're welcome. Yes, Anna, you were first. I saw that. Okay, so guys, stay. I'm balancing this on my knees, so I'm in my bed. Stay. So I am still sick, obviously. So I was gonna make a whole video today, but I woke up feeling even sicker than yesterday. So I'm like, okay, I'll just do a live stream. Let me figure something else out. Hold on. I do this every time. Hold on, guys. Oh, that's pretty. You're welcome for that angle. Let's try this instead. That works better. That's better. Okay. Okay, so I'm just still sick, and I have not been able to leave my bed hardly at all today. So I'm like, I'll just live stream from my bed. Because that's a normal thing that people do, right? No. Can I read the comments? Yes. I'm just trying to get all set up, that's all. And then I don't even know I'm trying. I'm not gonna make myself look any better. Ugh, okay, who cares? Alright. Let's see. Do you really, Megan? You have this too? Wait, why isn't it showing it? Is it showing? I don't know things. How can I show you? How did you see it? This? That's so cool. From Walmart, right? Word to your mother. You love my rubber bands. I always have hair ties on my arm because I have so much freaking hair. Alicia's here. Alicia texted me. She said she's starting to feel it too. I hope it doesn't get this bad for her. I don't even think it's at its worst yet. It feels like it's one of those progressively worse bugs, and every day it just gets more and more annoying is the biggest thing. So yeah, I've just been like blowing my nose all day and feeling like I can't get out of bed or I'll like fall over because I'm just so dizzy. And do I like avocados? Yes, I do. I love avocados. They make my mouth and throat itch, but it's worth it. I don't care. It's like nothing serious that it does to me, so I'm like, it's worth having an itchy mouth for the night. Let's see. Okay, Trez, I'll check later. I'm glad you're awake when I do a live stream, Bipolar Bounce Back. I guess this is pretty early for me, huh? Oh, it's 6 o'clock? I thought it was like 10 o'clock. I'm so ready for bed, though. Rude. What the crap? Do I like Spanish churros? That's from Sarah. I like churros. Is that the same thing? I don't know what Spanish churros are. Oh, I can't even breathe. I feel like crap. Thanks, Emily. I love you. Emily says she loves my live streams. I'm sure people will get sick of them soon. I love doing live streams, especially when I'm not feeling well, because I don't have to like film and edit and upload and stuff. So it's kind of nice when this is a terrible angle, but I'm not going to leave my bed. I don't want to sit up. Or maybe I could just sit up a little more. I don't know. Why is this so behind? Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm trying to read. Caitlin said, hey lady, what kind of symptoms are you having? And did you see Rook Davis's comments from yesterday? I did not see the comments. What was it about? And just stuffy nose. I've been blowing my nose all day. Really stuffy head. And really, really dizzy, like vertigo-ish are the biggest symptoms. Why? What did he say? That's awesome. Jennifer said I ate one of my fear foods last night and I didn't die. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Yay, Paula's here. Everyone's here. I should do them around this time more often. Wait, I'm trying to see Caitlin's. The link between PTSD and inflammation with fibromyalgia. Really? I totally believe that. I'll ask my doctor about that. I totally believe that. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Michelle. Paul, I miss you. When are you coming over? We want to hang out with you. Thank you, Lils. Lils Sienna Vlog said, I hope your sickness goes away. You're so amazing, and I love your videos and Lily's. Who's like Lily Singh? Because me too. Oh yeah, someone asked me yesterday, besides the Ballinger family, who is my favorite big YouTuber. And I couldn't think of it, but now I've thought about it. It's Lily Singh for sure. Yeah, I'd never heard that either, Caitlin. That's so interesting. Did he like post an article or anything? I'll just go Google it later. That is so interesting. But yeah, that shit you have, Shanny, has been going around. I had it a couple of weeks ago, and then my husband did. It blows. Ugh. Where do you live? Because like, the weird thing is that I have a beard. That's fine. The weird thing is that I swear every person in Utah is sick right now. Like everybody I've talked to, everybody, if I go outside over the past week or two, everybody I know is sick. It's the weirdest thing. And Alicia was the only one, but now she's getting sick too. And I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I'm ready for bed. I'm done with being awake. And I just woke up like 6 hours ago and I'm done with being awake. I just feel exhausted. This is probably the best live stream I'll ever do, so you should feel honored if you're a part of it, because I'm incredible. And you're welcome. It's the inversion. I don't know, Alicia. Okay, I do believe... Hold on. I need to readjust because I'm feeling self-conscious. Alicia, the inversion, yes. We've got really bad air right now in Utah. But I don't feel like that would cause you to have a bug. Like, this is a bug with, like, a fever and throwing up and, like, all that stuff. Like, I feel like bad inversion wouldn't cause, like, a fever, would it? I don't know things. I don't know. Crap. Why does it hurt so bad? I hate it. My life is so difficult. I gotta stop complaining all the time because I am very blessed to have the people that I have and the home that I have and the family that I have and the YouTube channel. Like I'm very blessed. I feel very lucky and I need to be more grateful, but I feel like crap. So I can't boost my self-esteem right, my visual. I look hideous today. Why do I care? Because I do. I'm so gross, guys. Let's see. Do I like what Mia did next? I love her, Jennifer. She's awesome. She even did a video about me, and she's so freaking smart and wise and mature, and she's basically talks about the same things I do, except she does it in a wise way and mature, and she stays on topic, and she's very organized, and she's incredible. I would love to meet her someday. She's so smart. Shut up, Robert, but thank you. He said you look good. I know. I'm so attractive right now. Stop it, Emily, you're gorgeous. Stop it, Sarah. Okay, I wasn't like fishing for I'm just like telling you I feel like crap. But thank you, everybody. I'm so hungry. That's the other thing. I talked about this last night in the live stream. All I'm doing now is live streams, so that's fine. But I talked about this last night that like I will get super like, what are words right now? Hard ass like craving for something specific. You're dying, Sabby. Me too. Are you sick too? And then I like have to eat it, and then when I eat it, I feel sick as a dog, like after like 2 bites. And so that's really annoying. So yeah, so today it's been really hard to eat very much. Like all I've eaten today is I ate some chocolate. That tasted good. What else did I eat today? Oh, and some crackers, and that's it. Some saltine crackers, and that's it. So I'm really hungry, but I don't dare to eat anything because I feel like I'm going to throw it up. Not bulimia, but like from being so dizzy and nauseous. Sabby, I'm so sorry. My heart monitor is going nuts because of having so many symptoms. Get better soon, Shan. I love you. You get better. I have like no reason to complain because you have unbelievable things happening to you. You should do a video on it because I would love to hear the details if you're up to sharing that. That's true. Alicia Goins said asthma in the cold is killer. That's so true. I used to have asthma. I don't anymore, which is weird. I don't think I ever had it. I think they told me I did, but once you have it, don't you have it forever? Because I don't have it anymore. So I think I was lied to when I was a teenager. Unless it is possible to have it and then it go away. Is that possible? Somebody tell me. Maybe that is. CCO, does it hurt when you throw up? Absolutely. Like when I'm sick or bulimia? Both hurt in different ways. It's not fun. Do not do everything you can to just not vomit. Let's see. Sarah, I would love to hear an embarrassing story from today that will make me feel better. I would love that. Thank you, the Silky Girl Show. You know, the best thing to do is rest. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this from my bed. So, I don't know if you guys have ever been in my bed with me. That sounded sexual. Everything I say sounds sexual. I'm going to go to bed soon. I just took some NyQuil. I could have sworn it was like 10 o'clock. Daylight savings. It gets so freaking dark so early. You could have had environmental asthma. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Thank you, Bipolar Bounce Back. Vicky, I just got here. What's going on? I'm sick and I'm doing a live stream from my bed because I've only been able to move from my bed to get some crackers and chocolate and water and go to the bathroom, and that's it. Like I'm in so much sickness pain. Sickness-liness. Penis. Hashtag penis. Bulimia is very annoying, Jaden. I agree. Okay, I'm trying to look for Sarah's story. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is Sarah's embarrassing story. Okay, I'm at this super professional conference for my master's degree, and I got my period and super sick. So I warned the professor, and she was like watching me, and someone else went into the bathroom, right? Okay. And then what? So I literally projectile vomited in front of everyone. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing, darling. I shouldn't be laughing at you, but that's funny. I love you, Sarah. Sabby said, you always make me feel a lot better. Thank you so much for being a great friend. I'll definitely do a video on it when they figure out what's wrong with me. Yeah, please keep me updated too. I love you. I'm so worried about you. Hashtag 6 squad. I think we're all in the 6 squad today. Hashtag professional, Sarah. Let's see. Lil's Sienna vlog says, your videos help me feel better about the way I look. And your videos always put smiles on my face. You're such an inspiration. Thank you. I love you so much. You know what? Your name looks like a channel. So I'm going to go see if it is. And if you like... Oh. Okay, there's no content. But I'll still subscribe just for fun. I'm your 2nd subscriber. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Tiffany Husky said, can you take a minute to give some advice on mental anxiety and depression in your marriage when your husband doesn't seem to understand? Also, I should add, I'm not on any meds, just dealing alone. Okay, first of all, why are you not on meds? Are you against that? I'm very pro medications, especially when it comes to mental problems, and so I would like to know why, first of all. Maybe you just don't believe in it. I don't know. And then it's really, I don't know, because I'm trying to remember back, like, because Danny did not understand it at all for the first 2 years of our marriage, 1.5 years. Like, he didn't understand until we started going to therapy together. So I guess from my experience, yes, Caitlin's right, Tiffany. It's important to emphasize to him that it's a disease. Yes, and make sure that he doesn't punish you for it. Don't let him. And when I say punish, I mean not like you're grounded, but punish in different ways. Like, I'm not going to take you to a movie if you're going to do that, or I'm going to just leave you for a week if you're going to, or whatever, because it's nothing to be punished for. It is an illness and you can't help it. But you can get help, but this is something that's mental and it requires a lot of work. But I guess all I can say from my experience, this is just my experience, that what helped is that he came to therapy with me. So I don't know if you go to therapy or not, but if you do, maybe bring him with you and let him sit in and just listen. He doesn't even have to say anything. That's what Danny did for probably over 100 therapy sessions. He literally came in, sat by me on the couch, and listened the whole time. And he learned a lot about it, a lot about me. He learned how to help me better, even though I didn't let him help me back then. But yeah, he learned a lot, and I don't know. I've never been on them before. How do you know if you need them? How do I know I'm not okay? Like, how do I know what I'm feeling isn't normal, or is it normal? Like, how can I possibly know? Tiffany, you go to the doctor. He wouldn't do that. He just says he is tired of repeating himself, and he gets really frustrated with me. Wait, what are you talking about? I'm worried he would laugh at me if I asked him to go. Well, it's worth a try. And if he does laugh at you, here, play him this. Get on a different device and record what I'm about to say, and I'll talk to him for you. Because that will end well, I'm sure. But I won't, like, attack him. I don't know. Here's what we could do. We could do, like, a play real quick, okay? So, like, you're gonna, like, pretend to type that again and be like, no, I know. You need to film me and show the video to him later. And be like, oh, Shanny, answered my question, or said she was going to answer my question, so I hurried and got something out to record it, and then I recorded it, and now I'm showing you. And then, or you could just show him this. What am I thinking? I don't know. I'm a dork. My NyQuil is kicking in. This is a great time for me to talk to him because my NyQuil is kicking in. That's a great idea. Okay, are you ready? So I'm gonna like act like I'm reading your question again, and then like I'll answer it as if it's the first time or something. Unless you want me to talk to him directly, tell me his name if you do. I need to have my channel be breaking up with people, telling people someone's in love with someone, and whatever you would call this. I don't know. Yep, there's the NyQuil. Remember, I don't drink alcohol, so when I take, and penis, yes. Steve, read his name. Okay. So why don't you rewrite the question for me with his name in it, and then I'll be like, if you were my therapist, what would you tell Steve? Or something. I don't know. This is so dumb. As if I'm like the all-knowing, wise person, because clearly I'm really healthy and recovered, but I will share my experience with him. So. I look awful. Can you please tell him I'm sick? Okay, where's the question, Tiffany? Okay. Oh, I have a question from Tiffany. Let's read it. Tiffany Husky says, can you take a minute to give some advice on mental anxiety and depression in your marriage when your husband, Steve Reed, is a butt and doesn't understand? Well, Tiffany, I can do that for you right now. I would say that the way that my husband, I'll just talk right to your husband. So you need to show him this later. Husband, Steve. My husband and I were married for a year, and then we separated, and we went to counseling. We went to therapy every week, twice a week, for a really, really long time to try and fix both of our issues. And one of the things that helped about that is that my husband, Danny, would just come to therapy with me, like for my therapy, not for his, just for my part. And he would just sit there on the couch and listen for the whole 2 hours, every therapy session. That's all he would do, because he didn't understand mental illness. He didn't understand depression, my eating disorder, all kinds of things. He didn't even get it. Like, why would someone feel like that or act like that? So he was very selfless. I'm forever grateful that he took all that time to come with me to therapy, and he was able to learn so much about mental disorders and anxiety and depression and eating disorders and all of the things. And he was able to, and that like allowed him to know how to help me when I'm feeling depressed or anxious or whatever. And it couldn't have been easy for him to do that, like to go every week and sit for 2 hours in a room and just listen, especially with him because he has ADHD. But he did it because he cared enough to like, you know, I need to know what's going on with you because this can't continue like this. I either need to find out what's going on so that I understand it better, or else I'm going to leave you because I can't do it. But he would never leave me because he loves me. And I'm sure that you love your wife. And that's why I think the answer to this question, Tiffany, 10 minutes later, is that if your husband is willing, have him go to therapy with you and just sit in, and you don't have to do 100 sessions like we did, but even if it's just 1 or 2 sessions, and specifically ask the therapist while he's there to talk about depression and anxiety, and then have you talk through it as well in therapy in front of him so that he can learn how your brain works when you have depression and anxiety. I can't talk. So that would be my advice, and I'm sure your husband would do that. I'm sure he's awesome and he loves you. He married you, so he loves you. And so maybe suggest that to him. And Danny, if Danny was here, he would tell you the exact same thing. If Danny was here, Danny would look in the camera and be like, Steve, bro, you need to go with your girl to therapy. You need to listen to the therapist and your girl. Why did I do that? And it's gonna be real boring and sucky probably, but you'll learn so much, and you'll appreciate your wife even more, and you'll know how to work with her when she's feeling sad, and you'll know you'll get new tools that you didn't even know existed on how to help. And okay, I'm done now. I don't know. So anyway, that's my advice. Let me know how that goes, Tiffany. And we are older. We're 32 and 35. Tiffany, I'm 33 and Danny's 35. So we're actually the same age as you. Interesting. Well, we didn't have the therapy when we were your age, but still, I'm just saying. I don't know what the hand symbols are, Iris. I don't know. Anyway, that's my advice. I am on NyQuil, but I meant every word of it. Aww. You're not crazy, Tiffany, at all. Some of us were just born with really imbalanced chemicals in our brain. Is that the word? Oh, I can't even. I look awful. Oh, you only recently got married, Tiffany. Okay. Well, that's kind of how it was for us. So, and by the way, if it helps you, you're a redhead. My husband comes from a family of redheads. So maybe you're crazy. No, you're not. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, like I also, Tiffany, you don't have to show this to your husband, but I also would go to Danny's therapy sessions with him and sit on the couch and listen. And I learned a lot of why he did some of the things he did. I learned a lot about like some things that happened when he was younger. And like once I did that, it made so much sense that he did what he did. I'm not excusing it in any way. And I don't think I'll ever talk about specifics what he did. I don't think that's anybody's business, but I will. But I've talked many times about how we did separate a year into our marriage. We separated because he did do something, and I thought we were going to get divorced. I was ready to divorce him, but because I loved him so much, and I just felt that connection from the minute I met him. I just knew he was supposed to be in my life. So he went to my sessions, and I went to his sessions, and we just listened to each other and just learning the series of events that he went through would absolutely lead to what he did. And so it was a really, really beautiful experience for both of us, therapy was, and we both want to go back really soon. I want to for sure. But what was my point? Oh, and then later, like 7 years ago maybe, what's today? I don't know. 6 years ago, I did something to him. And he then again went with me to therapy about it, and I listened to his feelings on it, and we learned together. Like every hard thing we've been through, every time something bad happens in our marriage, we work even harder because we get to see the payoff of working hard at it. So I don't know. I don't want a divorce. I'm terrified he will if I don't stop making his life hell. Like this maybe TMI, but we are 2 months into our marriage, and the sex is not too frequent, which as a woman, I flip out. All right, Tiffany, let's get real for a minute. And all of you know this about me, but obviously Tiffany doesn't, or do you? We've been married for 13 and a half years, and we have had intercourse. This is TMI, but I've talked about this millions of times. And if it helps you, then I'm happy to talk about it. My NyQuil's kicking in, and that's also getting in the way of my good decision making. And I hope I don't take down this, because I always end up taking down live streams. Anyway, we've had sex, like intercourse sex. What is this? What what? Why? It's the NyQuil. I'm going to blame it on the NyQuil today. It's not. I can think just fine on it. I'm just being dramatic. Okay, anyway, what was I, oh, sex. Like, I've been open with you guys about sex because it's always been such a big issue for me. And, oh, you have heard me talk about it? Oh, then I don't need to again. But I'm just saying, I just want to point that out again, that we've been married 13 and a half years, and we've had intercourse sex maybe 15, 20 times. That's it. Like, we do other stuff. Don't worry. We're both very satisfied. But intercourse sex is very difficult still for me. We're working on it, but it's hard. Okay, I don't know where I'm going. Exactly, Caitlin, thank you. That's exactly what I was about to say. If he loves you, he will be patient with you about the sex stuff. My husband and I do not have sex for many months due to my anorexia and body stuff, and we are okay. Is that because, Caitlin, I'm curious, is that because you're too frail? Or is it because you're self-conscious? Because I'm clearly not anorexic. I mean, I've had bouts of it. We know this. But my main one is bulimia, and we know that too. But, or not anorexic in general, but like thin, like underweight. Is it because was it painful because you were so small? I'm very curious about that. Lils says, I don't have a boyfriend. I'm 12. Good. You should not have a boyfriend yet. Be a kid as long as you can. Trust me. Be a kid forever if you can. I need to grow up. Don't do it like me. Be a kid till you're supposed to grow up. Okay. Shanny, yeah, he was worried because I was emaciated and physically cardiovascularly could not tolerate. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because I've never been that skinny before, but I've always wondered that because I've heard so many people talk. Like when I would go to meetings, they would be like, I can't have sex because I'm anorexic. We don't have sex because I'm anorexic. But they would never explain why. So I'm glad you told me that. I just assumed that, but yeah, that makes sense. But at the same time, he wasn't super attracted to me, to be honest. Did he tell you that? Or could you just tell because he's your husband? Let's see. Meow N says, I regret growing up too fast. I missed out on so much. Enjoy being a kid as long as you can. I could not agree more, Meow. Oh my gosh, I could not agree more. I miss being a teenager and not having to worry about, what? Oh. Yeah, Mind of Marie. I was always terrified of having sex because of my body image. I always felt fat and gross. I feel you there. Even today, I still feel that way. Even though my husband loves my body, he's never said one degrading thing. I think I asked Caitlin a question. Oh. No, but it's obvious when you look like a starving Ethiopian child, lol. Yeah. Interesting. I'm glad at least he hasn't, like, said that to you, because that would be pretty douchey, but... I might fall asleep. I'm so tired. We'll just go till I fall asleep. My phone is dying. Oh, I have a charger because I'm in my bed. What an amazing thing. Thank you, Ashley. Oh, I'm getting dizzy again. I need to eat something. Thank you, Anastasia. She said, hi, Shanny. I love you so much. I love you too. I hope you feel better. Lots of love from the East Coast. Thank you. I love you. Aww. You guys are the sweetest. Amelia said, have you ever heard of emetophobia? I'm struggling with it really hard. If anyone has any advice. Do I know what that means? Can you tell me what that means? Sounds familiar, but... Aw, Brittany Fryman says, I purged last night for the first. Alicia's like asking me if I need soup, and she's sick too. She's such a butthole. I love her so much. Hold on. Sorry, hang on one sec. She's really sweet. Sorry, I'm the worst. Hold on. Okay. Whoa, what's happening? Oh, okay. Goodbye. That is so rude. Alright, that person is gone. We got it. Blows my mind. Yeah, guys, I talked about this yesterday, I think. I have something special that allows me to trace trolls back to where they live, like exactly where they live. I could go knock on their door. I could send a police officer over there if I feel like I'm being harassed by one person over and over and over and over. I can send a policeman to their door. And that's all I can say about it so far. So that person was obviously just trolling. But like if someone's like coming on here to like harass me and tell me to kill myself 10 times a day, then yeah. Alicia's so sick too. I know, it's really cool. I can't wait to tell you guys about it. Let's see. Tiffany said, Shanny, thanks a ton for the advice. I appreciate it more than you know. Please, if you want to email me, Tiffany, blah, blah, blah. P.S. Want a puppy? LOL, they are crazy and free. Really, thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. No big deal. Is it, what's a doxed? Caitlin. What? I have a serious fear of being doxed? Hoaxed? What do you mean? What does doxed mean? If that happens to me, will you share the knowledge with me, please? Yes, I will. What does doxed mean? I don't even know what that word is. Oh, Lucille. Ugh. Doxed is when people expose your personal info on the internet. Okay. Yes, I will share the secret with you if that happens. Okay. Lucille Gonzalez says, I've been getting bullied for the past few months since I have joined a new school, and they are telling me to kill myself, sadly. Okay, first of all, while I'm talking to you, everybody give a purple heart for Lucille, please, because obviously she does not deserve that. Nobody does. Please, purple hearts for her. Purple hearts, purple hearts, purple hearts for Lucille. For Lucille Gonzalez, purple heart. Look at all the purple hearts for you. Purple hearts. I'm trying to like pump myself. I've been wanting to do a video about this, but I haven't written it yet. But I've been trying to like think of what I would have wanted to hear when I was a child or a teenager being bullied in school. I'm trying to think of what would be the best advice I could give you. I mean, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is to ignore them, but that's so much easier said than done, and I get that. But I guess just know that they are probably going through really bad shit themselves, and they're projecting it on you. And that doesn't justify it, that's no excuse. But the reason behind it, maybe if you, because like I would do that. I would look at my bullies like, and especially as an adult, I even more so looked back at my bullies like this, which is, what must they have been going through to be treating me that horribly? Like, what if they're getting beat at home? Or if they are addicted to drugs at a young age? Or what if their parents are addicted to drugs and they're neglected? Or they don't have food? They don't have a home? Like, maybe their grandma died that day. I don't know. Like, I guess if you can focus on, oddly enough, giving them some compassion, it doesn't hurt as bad. And you don't have to talk to them. You don't need them in your life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm picturing it when you're walking down the hall and you see a couple of your bullies walk by, you smile at them and keep going and think nothing more of it. And just remember, and except for, man, they're going through a hard time, and I'm going to smile at them. Even if they make fun of me for smiling, whatever, I'm going to go hang out with my real friends. And that's what you do. I don't know. Caitlin, you're going to make me cry, girl. I love you. Caitlin says, Shanny, you're such an empath. Wait, I don't know how to say that. I only know the word empathy and empathetic. Empath? Empath? I don't know. You would be freaking amazing working with people in any capacity. That's really sweet of you to say. Thank you, Caitlin. I've thought about that. Once I'm like fully, like I always wanted to, not always, I'm sorry, probably in the last 10 years, I did pronounce it right? Okay. Oh, I know what it means. I just don't know how to pronounce empath. Is it empath or empath? I don't know what that means. I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, I used to think it would be really cool. I'm out of water. I don't want to get up. Rude. My life is so difficult. Like when I was going to therapy a lot, I remember thinking that would be really cool if one day I recovered and became a therapist, an eating disorder therapist, and helped people. But then I started doing this, and apparently this is helping people, so that's cool. But I know that once I'm fully recovered, this is going to help people a lot, because I'll be able to be like, hey, empathy. No, but she just wrote empath, E-M-P-A-T-H. I don't know how to, anyway. What was I saying? Oh, because then it wouldn't just be me being like, I relapsed again today and I suck and I'm a piece of shit. No, it would be like, you know, I remember these days and this is what got me through it. And I do that, but empath. Okay. Empath. Okay. But like, it'll be cool someday when I can say, like, even when I can just start my videos different by saying, hi, I'm Shanny and I'm recovered from an eating disorder. And I feel like I won't be like, because sometimes it just feels like I'm giving out bullshit, even though I'm not. Like, I'm truly sharing what I think will help people. But the biggest thing that will help is me the biggest way I can help people is to get better myself all the way. And I'm getting there. We all know this. I'm on the path. It's been a long path for me, and who knows how long it will take to get me there, but I have faith that it will. And I'm serious. It's true. What is happening? So, anyway. Libby said, are you feeling better? No, I'm feeling worse today. I'm in my bed. I couldn't even get out of bed very much today. And I have to pee, too. Ugh. The Master Life says, what are you asking for Christmas? Well, my iPad is dying, as we all know. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to repost the video that went wrong. Oh, you're wondering about my hand. I'll tell you that in a second. I'm going to post a video that I posted a couple days ago, the 70,000 subscriber, whatever, like the 6-minute video. Apparently the audio, I had no idea, and it was up for like 12 hours. Until I heard from you guys that the audio was off, and I was like, oh, that's so annoying. So I took it down, and I was going to re-edit it last night, but I was too sick last night. So I'll try doing that again tonight and get it back up. Okay, so my hands. All right, you can't even see how bad it is from there. This is like scaly, like it's like a lizard. That's what it feels like and looks like. So I don't know what it is actually. I don't know if it's whatever it's called, emphysema. What's it called? But I get this every single winter. My hands dry out and scab and bleed and crack and burn all the time. So they're always really red. I always thought that it was because I used to It's so pretty. I used to, one of my biggest OCDs is that I would wash my hands with antibacterial soap probably 100 times a day, and I would also sanitize with hand sanitizer 100 times a day. So I always thought it was because of that, but I haven't done that in years. I got over that OCD probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I still have been getting this every winter. So I think it is just, hi Rachel, I love you too. I love you. Could it be psoriasis? I don't know. What is psoriasis? I don't know. And like, the problem is, like, I'm sure I could take care of it, but I hate lotion with a passion. Depending on what it's for, like, I'll put it on my legs, but I don't like lotion, the feeling of lotion on my hands. I'm really weird like that. Hi, Haley. Mind of Marie said, how hard was it for you to get started with your channel? I don't think I could sit in front of a camera and talk about my illnesses. I didn't either, but it was like seriously one of those divine interventions that I had, because I've talked about this before, that obviously Colleen inspired me to start my channel, but it also was just a feeling that I got that I needed to do it, and I didn't know why. And when I say a feeling, I mean like a feeling from the spirit, like actual from God. And I didn't know why, but I knew that I had to keep going and keep trying and share my story. Just keep on sharing, keep on sharing, keep on sharing, keep on educating. And eventually I knew that that would help somebody out there, and that that would also help me. But if you're worried about that, like the camera thing, just practice it. Turn on your camera, turn on your phone every day, and do a little 5-minute video where you get used, so that you can get, you don't post it or anything, just enough so that you can get used to talking to a phone or a camera. And it just kind of takes practice and time, I guess. I don't know. But now I'm like, look, I look like crap, and it's a really good angle. And I'm sick as a dog, and my bed is disgusting. I haven't washed my sheets in like 2 weeks. Because I just don't care anymore. You start to just, the outcome is more important than I don't know words. I've done that before, Caitlin. She said, Shanny, put lotion on your hands, but then wipe it off your palms with a paper towel or tissue. Really helps with the feeling of nasty, oily palms you get from OCD. Yeah, okay, yeah. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, I used to do that. Like, I would put lotion everywhere and then just, like, wipe my hands on the towel. My boobs, apparently. But yeah, that's the other thing I was about to say. La Master Life. Use Aquaphor and gloves at night. I don't know what Aquaphor is, but that's what my doctor always told me. You need to put some sort of moisturizer and then wear gloves over it at night when you go to sleep. But I never remember. I always fall asleep before I fall asleep. By the way, speaking of my boobs hurt when I have a bug. Is this normal? Like, painful. Like, I feel like they're filling with some sort of milk to feed a baby goat that's putting pressure on my breasticles that are making it hard and painful. NyQuil. You're welcome, the Silky Girl Show. You said I gave you good advice. You're so welcome. Okay. Haven said, I left and came back to, speaking of my boobs. That's funny. I am a dork. Milk to feed a baby goat. I know, what am I thinking? What was I even trying to say? Like, I say a lot of stupid things usually, but Robert Blake said, I'd go see a doctor about your boobs hurting. Well, Robert Blake, have you had experience with this? I'm joking. Wait, men get boobs. Men get boobs. They might not be like, hormonal boobs. Is that the word? I'm telling you, men have boobs. And yet they can walk around with their shirts off and we can't. Rude. Aw. I love you, Caitlin. I don't know, dude. All of the crazy hormonal shit that goes with binging and purging. My life is some kind of crazy fever dream. And I can only assume yours is as well. That's actually a really good way of explaining it. Like, you kind of just feel like, where did the time go? Like, for me, like yesterday. Like, was I dreaming that, or was that real because my brain is messed up? Yes, Mind of Marie, they can have cancer in their breasts. See, I knew it. I don't know where I was going with that, but you're amazing. I know, right? Where do you live again, Annie? I did know that was Annie, but thanks for telling me again. I knew that. Remind me where you live. She was saying it's harder in the winter with Utah because Utah's already super dry. Breasts. You prefer I say breasts? I hate the word breasts. Oh, you live in Salt Lake. Okay, cool. I hate the word breast. Unless you add breasticle to it. So, breasticles is fine. Otherwise, those are boobs. You hate the word too, Tony? Good, I'm not alone. I hate that word. I have a funny story that just came to mind. Get the aloe gloves. Yeah, I've heard of doing that too. Maybe I'll try that. Breast is chicken. Thank you, Annie. I agree. Breast is too formal. I'm like as inappropriate as possible, so chesticles. I love chesticles too. What was I going to tell you? I just thought of a funny memory. Oh, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I need water. I don't want to move. I don't have any water. I have NyQuil right here, but I've already drinking that. Anyway, growing up, I thought, honest to goodness, I thought that ass was the swear word or the bad word for penis. I thought that an ass was a penis. And so whenever like my bullies would make fun of me at school and call me a fat ass, I would be like, I don't have a penis. And looking back, they were probably like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, I just called you a dumbass and you're saying, so like, I totally thought that ass meant penis. And so people would talk about being kicked in the ass and, oh, my ass hurts. And if I heard that from a girl, I would be like, are you just a girl or are you, I don't know why I just thought of that, but for the longest time, I thought ass meant penis. I thought that was the word for a male's private parts. That's what I thought it was. So that's a great story for the day. You're welcome. Yay, you're eating. That's great. You're supposed to eat. That's amazing. Haven said, when I was younger, I thought anus was another word for vagina. I actually didn't even know what anus meant until I got married. Not because of doing things, but I just never knew. Well, I guess I kind of did when I was a teenager. That's not true. I just didn't understand the word. I didn't connect the word to butthole. I don't know. I'm so weird. LOL, little Shanny. Little Shanny had lots of weird thoughts. I could probably make a whole video on it. Penis ass. I get it. Totally legit. Thank you, Tiffany. NyQuil Shanny is the best Shanny. Yeah, you might be getting that for me from tomorrow too. We'll see. Lisa said, I need a topic for my positive affirmation video tomorrow. Can anyone give me a suggestion, please? Shanny, help. Maybe if you can find something that's like, well, let's see what these people say. So dizzy. I have not tried Airborne. I've heard of it. Anything will help. Well, I was just thinking like maybe looking at the big picture somehow. Whatever that means for you. Maybe you could share that. Like, I don't know. Jennifer, of course I would subscribe if you started making videos. Absolutely. In fact, I'll go subscribe right now so that if you do make one, I will be notified. I'm your 4th subscriber, and that's my favorite number. It was meant to be. I do need to take vitamin C daily. I need to take lots of vitamins daily. Tony said, Shanny, what was it like getting married in the temple? Was it amazing? It was, well, if you know anything about, obviously I can't talk about it a whole lot, but I will say that it was, I don't know any other word except beautiful. It was just beautiful and special and really like, what's the word? It just was beautiful. I don't know. Yeah. If we were one-on-one, I'd tell you more things, but I don't feel comfortable. I'll just say it was beautiful. It really was. It was crazy, I will tell you that, because we were late for the temple, and my husband, my stepdad, got pulled over right before he got to the temple, and he had to be there as a witness, and he wasn't there, so we got started late, and I do remember crying, and I've told this part before, but I'll tell it again, that inside the temple we have temple workers that volunteer. They're usually older people that go in to volunteer their time to help people throughout the temple and stuff. And the lady that was helping me get all ready and walking me to the room and everything, I just was bawling my eyes out because I was so, it was my wedding day, and you know, I just was crying, and she got so mad at me, and I've never seen that in a temple worker. Temple workers are always like the sweetest old people on the planet. Like, oh, you're such a darling, and I love you so much, and you're so beautiful. Oh, what can I help you with today? But this lady was like, you need to stop crying and be strong for your future husband. And I was like, Bish, what? How many weddings do you do? Because you've never seen a bride cry before? I don't know. So, but that's odd. Like, I've never seen that in the temple other than that. But other than that, it was good. Like, everything went smoothly. But then we got in a car accident right after, so that was fun. Just that whole day is kind of a blur. But I do remember inside of the temple being really, really beautiful. So, anyway. Let's see. I'm gonna go, I think. Let me take maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Tiffany said, is getting married in a temple really different than a normal church wedding? Yes, it is. It's very different. And it's all very sacred. Like, we don't talk about, like what I just told you. I could be general about that, but I can't talk about, like, different aspects of it or different, like, what is the word I'm looking for, Annie? What am I like? Activities, routine, what is the word I'm looking for, Annie? I don't know. Rituals, kind of, yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Tony said, yeah, it's not sacred. It's not secret, it's just sacred. There's a big difference, I agree. Like, it's something we all work towards. Is it a long ceremony? I'd say it kind of depends. It just depends on whoever is marrying you and whoever is sealing you, which is what we call it, together. sometimes they talk for a long time before they marry you, and sometimes they don't. It just depends on what they feel that God wants them to tell us before we get married. I'm going to change the subject, though, because I don't want to say anything. I guess I can answer some of these. Anna said, did you do it in the church you currently attend? No. We have a church building that we go to every week, but that's not the temple. Like, a temple is different. Tony said, did you ever serve a mission? I don't think so, because you were a baby in your wedding videos. No, I never served a mission. I wish I could have been one of those girls that was, because, men aren't, like, required, really. Is that the right word? But most men just do it. But women, they can. Anybody's welcome to serve a mission if they want. But women, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm gonna die of starvation. Okay, anyway. That's true, Stephanie. Thank you. My brother told me the same thing. She said YouTube is like serving a mission. Think of how many people you've helped. Thank you for saying that. That's really sweet. All boys are encouraged to go, yes. But women aren't, or at least they weren't in my day, encouraged to go. But anybody could if they wanted. These days, I think they might be encouraged also. I'm not sure. Tiffany, you are too late. I'm about to go. But I love you. Did we have an awesome cake? We did. We had a really pretty cake. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show you. Our colors were pink and red because we had this like Valentine theme going, and looking back, I really wish I would have done sunflowers because that's my favorite flower, even though I'm allergic. What am I looking for? Or like some sort of rainbow, really colorful wedding, but we didn't. We just went with, like, I barely even remember planning my wedding. Where are those pictures? Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I love you too, Jennifer. Album? Here we go. Okay. I don't know why this picture is so dark, but maybe you can see. That was our wedding cake. Yeah, you can't see, but close up there's like pink, like a baby pink designs all throughout the cake. I don't know if you can see that. Focus. I don't know, but. And then right here is a little glass statue of the temple that we got married in, and that was supposed to go on top, but it didn't work, so they just put it on the side. And I still have it, but I broke it, so half of it is broken, so I just like turn it so no one can tell. It's weird. Anyway, yeah. Now girls are more encouraged to go on missions, but it's still voluntary. Okay, savvy. Good to know. Yeah, it's huge. Well, I think we sent out, we do weddings differently in Utah, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, or at least we did back then. We invited probably about, I believe, 750 people. And in Utah, this might be common, but every time I've talked about my wedding, people are like, why don't you do like a dinner and stuff like that? Like in Utah, we get married in the temple or wherever, it doesn't matter. And then we do a reception later that night, or sometimes the day after or the night before. And then, I know, 750, that's huge, right? But probably only 200 or 300 people showed up. And then at our receptions, we just have a line with the bride and the groom and their families that everybody greets. That's I think that's typical everywhere. I don't know. And then we just provide food, like a table of food for people, like a buffet type, for people just to eat what they want, when they want, sit where they want, leave when they want. It's just kind of like a come and go thing. It's not like a sit down dinner or anything like that. Like ours is just more, yeah. Or it's just different than most weddings. Like I've never seen another wedding on TV that's outside of Utah that's like that. That's just how we do it. I don't know. I think it's because we all have larger families compared to, this is my theory. I don't know if this is true. But a lot of people in Utah come from big families, and so you're inviting your immediate families and your extended families, and they bring friends, and you invite all your friends, and they bring their parents, and anyway, so yeah. Trying to see if I can show you any other picture that's cute. Yeah, we were late for our reception because of our car crash, and I should just do a video on this, but this was Danny's face when we walked in late, because we walked into the reception and everybody just stopped and cheered. And Danny's face, I love it, because he's like, yep, sorry we're late, but we got in a car accident. We weren't doing anything naughty. That's not why we were late. So anyway. And then our whole line, by the way, so you can see part of the line right here. Hold on. I don't know. You can see part of it. So like it would start with, I can't see what I'm doing. Is that Rob? Yeah. So it'd start with Rob and my mom, and then me, Danny, and Danny's parents. And so people would start the line with Rob, and Rob would tell them about the car accident. My mom would give more details emotionally. And so by the time they got to me and Danny to meet us, all they could talk about was the crash. So it wasn't like, hey, congratulations, you got married. It was like, hey, congratulations, you're not dead. So, yeah, it was really fun. It was a crazy day. I barely remember anything. He's so cute, though. Yeah, that's us walking in late. Aww. I love my dress. I wanted it to look like Cinderella. I don't know. The detailing was pretty too. Okay, I'm gonna go, guys. Thanks, Caitlin. It was a great day. And we're so lucky that when we got in the car accident, we're so lucky that our families happened to be a half an hour behind us. So, because we were out in the middle of nowhere. There was no cell phone service. There were no homes. It was just literally out in the desert in the middle of nowhere. And so it's really lucky that our families had left the luncheon or a little bit later, because they came, 20, 30 minutes after we crashed and saved us. And yeah, so it was really fun. Anyway, okay, I've talked enough. I love you guys. I will try and get that vlog reposted tonight and fix it and post it again. So, and I'll see you tomorrow for either another live stream or video. I can't talk. Depends.